Ugh. Guys, file in one at a time in an orderly fashion. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming. Welcome. Yes, welcome. How am I? Good, but bored. So we're doing Godzilla today. In fact, I'm just gonna get started, frankly, because why not? Modded Gamer, thanks for the 3, man. Appreciate it.
You missed your chance to stream Halo 4 yesterday, bald guy.
Dude, I know, I'm actually mad about it. I was gonna do like this whole meme stream, but I was so busy yesterday. My car was in the shop, and I was there until like fucking 9 p.m. And before that, I was out at the fucking government offices all day working on a bunch of random crap. Oh, I love being responsible, and I didn't really think about it when I was like setting dates for like important appointments on April 1st, and then everything collided, and then by the time I got home, it was like 10 p.m. and I was like, I'm going to sleep, man. I'm going to bed. I didn't even touch my computer yesterday. It feels bad. I had time to put out one meme April 1st tweet, and bro, You wouldn't believe how many people took it so seriously. Thank you for the 3, Modded Gamer.
Bold.
Wow, so brave, yet controversial. Thank you. All right, let's begin. Hello, it's me. I'm here. Behind me is my friend right there. You probably know him. He's kind of a big deal. How we do Godzilla versus Kong? Godzilla first. But hey, watch this. Oh wait, I gotta hang on, but watch this. We gotta delete the chair. Right now we're good. See that guy right there? He's kind of big, right? He's kind of big. Look, he can look around. Look at him go. He can even walk. That's about it. Actually, no, wait, that's not about it. I think his weapon works, too. Oh, he burned out. That was all he had. Does it work a second time? I think I got this working yesterday. Yeah, okay, I forgot. I totally got this working yesterday. But yeah, Godzilla actually works right now. Sorta. Yo, GTX, thank you for the 10er. Appreciate it.
RJ, good to see you back.
Appreciate it.
I wanted to ask about H3 frigates and if the flyable versions are coming to Ultimate Forge.
Oh, good question. So right now I'm not adding any new vehicles to Ultimate Forge because if I do, it will break everyone's maps because the way that it's not to, without getting into a bunch of technical crap. Boo. Without getting into a bunch of technical crap, if I add anything to the Forge list, it like pushes everything else down the Forge list, which means that every object will be the wrong object and everybody's maps will break. The camera's a bit high. It is. I did it like randomly. I'm gonna make a custom camera for it, but you know, he's working. He's looking at bro's breathing. You know, he's chilling. We'll get to it though. That's a good question. I do have a fairly good flyable frigate that could definitely be better, but I'm not going to add them to Ultimate Forge because I found out that all the big ships, I even had a flyable Corvette for a while there in Ultimate Forge, but what I ended up realizing is that they were so big that they just don't work very well. Even on a map as big as Ultimate Forge, you basically need to have like a dedicated space map. Why was the Falcon removed from the Ultimate Forge list? It wasn't really removed. To be honest, I just never correctly added it to Ultimate Forge 2. I guess it technically was removed if you count like the old version, but I kind of rebuilt it. To be honest, I kind of just low-key forgot that was a thing, and nobody like cared enough to remind me around the time when I was working on it, so it kind of just like fell off along the way, which I'm a little bit regretful of because the Falcata was really, really nice. Scabudo did a hell of a good job. Obviously, the Falcata will be in his mods in the future when he's ready, which those will be way better than the Halo 3 version that I have, but kind of just forgot about it, to be honest. It just kind of, there was so much going on in Ultimate Forge. We need a nice third-person camera. Look at the PS3 and PS4 Godzilla game. True. I was thinking about, though, is how can I have a good third-person camera where you can also aim your atomic breath at the same time? Because you low-key need to be, like, up above the head. In my opinion, you need to be up above the head well enough in order to aim it. Like, even here, it's kind of hard to aim, to be honest. I guess I could lower it a bit. You still get, like, reasonably good. But it should be further away, for sure. It's definitely too close to his spikes right now. Just a little bit awkward. But we need to give Godzilla more animations, actually. Because currently, he doesn't, like, have the ability to, like, rotate. He can only walk in a straight line, which is kind of awkward. He looks so cool, though, man. Especially when he's, like, lumbering forward. Kind of like an awkward jerk to the side, but I love that you can just kind of like see his head like this, you know, as he like moves around and looks around. It's all very work in progress, but we're getting somewhere with it. It's starting to look pretty cool. I love this shot right here. It reminds me of, I don't know how many of you guys, I'm a longtime Godzilla fan, but there was this old trailer for the original 2014 Godzilla movie where you could kind of see the silhouette of his head like this. Sick. Hey, look, the new Mombasa has poop large 056. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. But one of the things that I thought might be kind of fun with, I'm bored today, which is why I'm just randomly deciding to add Godzilla into the game because why the fuck not? But one thing that I think is kind of fun about this is the fact that I can like add some destroyable buildings and possibly make a kind of fun like minigame type mode, which is pretty sick. So I kind of want to just give Godzilla the ability to like rotate, turn in place, and have him like able to like turn while he's walking as well, like reasonably quickly. I think that would be good. And it shouldn't be terribly hard to do. And then that coupled with his atomic breath and maybe adding a roar so that he can like yell and like stun things would be kind of sick. Modded Gamer, thank you for the 3. Godzilla destroy all monsters. Melee. Yeah, that was my childhood, dude. I loved that game so goddamn much. Low-key want to have something like this. I was thinking if I actually do get around to finishing Godzilla, I'm not going to be able to work over the weekend. I'm going to be gone like Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. So that's tomorrow, and the next day I'll definitely be gone. But when I get back, if I'm still like wanting to just take a break from permafrost in order to kind of like prevent burnout and just chill and work in another project for like a week or something, maybe I'll just work on Godzilla and get him working well enough that I could shove him into a mod. And then maybe I'll just like reuse Mombasa's sandbox, throw Godzilla in here, and then just be like, here's a bunch of destroyable buildings, and here's a bunch of spawn points. Godzilla infection, where the infected is Godzilla, and everybody else has to like go do some crazy shit while Godzilla obliterates stuff. I think that'd be kind of peak, not gonna lie. So I'm thinking about that right now. It might be kind of fun. Might be kind of fun. But that said, if I want to make Godzilla work, we gotta give him at least the ability to turn. Right now he can walk in a straight line, and that's fucking boring.
My milestone is tomorrow.
No, is it? Well, listen, you don't have to. I mean, once you come back, once I come back and stream on either Sunday or Monday, then you can get your milestone in then. But thank you for the 3. That's crazy. Wait, which mile? Are you at 30? Wait, what milestone are you at right now? You're at like a crazy milestone. You're like probably like #1 at this point, now that I think about it. What is this song? I don't know what song this is. Oh, it's Halo 4. You actually can't listen to the Halo 4 soundtrack on stream. You get copyright struck. Very sad. Very sad. Look at this, dude. It's Godzilla. This is the animation rig I've been using for him. It's reasonably okay. To be honest, I'm a little confused because this is where I pulled this dude from Reach because I had an old Godzilla Reach mod that I was having a lot of fun with. And there's this really great walking animation I made, which I honestly just barely remember. But the problem is it's fully baked in, where he's like, he lumbers and his back moves and he looks like he's so weighty. It's great. I love it. I don't even remember making it, but I really like it. The sad reality is, though, I don't know where this animation is because the only other animation I have is this one, and it's terrible. It's super, like, it's just his legs moving. It was me just getting the legs moving. So apparently there's another animation for him that I baked in fully, and then I just don't have, like, the detailed version of anymore, which is very sad. I'm not really sure what's up with that. Watching Godzilla Legacy of the Monsters is kind of mid. Yeah, I didn't really love it, to be honest. I was a little bit sad. I was hoping it would be a bit better, frankly, but it was okay, I guess. I'm gonna go to the Godzilla... What was it? Godzilla 9. Maybe he'll have the animation here. This is the Reach version of the dude. Where is he? Why is his body invisible? The fuck? You know, I don't even care. I just want to see if the... This is the Reach version. I'm trying to see if the animation is in here. Because I want to see if I can... I want to nab that animation if I can. Move front. No, this is also the baked version of the animation, so if it's not here... Do I have the baked version somewhere else, maybe? No, this is also the crappy baked version. Thank you for the 3 modded gamer, appreciate it.
I think around 47 months or something.
Oh my god, 48 months is the fucking 4 years. Jesus. That's ridiculous. There's no way you're about to be the... Where's Demon? I feel like Demon would be the... Even here it's... Oh, is that why his physics model is weird?
If legality wasn't an issue, which Halo game engine would be the best to have fully modable similar to Minecraft with one of its mod loaders?
Reach.
To the point that you could change literally anything you need for your modding.
Definitely
for
Reach.
Your pleasure. Ow, ow, ow.
Thank you for the taking. I would say Reach is definitely the best. I think that's also... I suspect that's also why 343 decided... Or not 3... Halo Studios, sorry. Decided to use Reach for Campaign Evolved, because Reach is definitely just the best engine for that kind of thing.
Demon beats me by literally a day or so.
By a day? That's crazy. He hasn't been around very much lately. He's been doing other stuff. I wonder if, I do wonder if... Hold on, my brain's cooking. Let me cook. I wonder if he will come around for the 48 months, or if he'll even remember. Maybe he just hates us now. Maybe he just can't handle the constant bald that you guys say in chat, which is not true, for the record. Why is that? Hold on. I need to remove vertex. I'm just going to do this really quickly. The physics here are a little cooked. I think this is why they've been having issues. They just need to be parented to bones. Apparently, when I made the Godzilla originally, back when I made this for the Reach mod, like ages ago, apparently I was really stupid. Because none of this stuff is set up right. It's actually done terribly. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't think its collision model is valid either. Yeah, it's not. It's fucked up. I gotta like redo all of the vertex groups. For now, I think I'm just gonna assign it to his body. Say screw it. Assign everything to body for now. Worry about the rest later. Not a big deal. No, this is B center. There we go. Don't care about the rest. Then we got the physics stuff. I gotta make sure this is set up. I want Godzilla to be like scary, man. I want him to be like bumping into stuff, you know? I think this is all set up now. I think if I put him in the game, I could stand on his head. I want to try that. That sounds fun. I will stand on Godzilla's head and I will be very happy. Hey! ASAP, thanks so much for becoming a member, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome. Now you can nerd out with the rest of us here. Sorry, I'm importing Godzilla into the game really quickly. I gotta put him in my data folder. He's under Objects, Giants, Godzilla. And any of you, if you're watching this, you're like, is Rejected a real Godzilla fan, or is he just a casual Godzilla enjoyer? The answer is, I grew up on the Japanese movies and would rewatch them every single day as a kid. And to this day, I still love them so goddamn much. Bro, where's your physics? Hello? We gotta debug objects now, see where his physics model's at. Early mover localized... Why does he have a localized physics box? Hello? Brother. What are you freaking doing? I have the right material. I set this all up correctly. What if I do that? And then that's it, actually. That's all I can think of. If you're doing Godzilla, can you do the tripods? That could be fun. It'd be kind of tricky to do tripods because they have like very like wiggly motion to them, which is pretty hard to do with the way Halo's animation system is set up. Not impossible, mind you, but would definitely be very challenging. I'd be open to the challenge. I think it could be fun. Alright, let's remove bro's early mover physics. He's not a scarab, he doesn't need all that. And yet he still has no physics model. Very odd. Is this a Godzilla reference? It might be. Maybe. Look at those special eyes. Neat. Well, I definitely just want him to have a physics model real quick so we can bump into stuff. It'd be just so cool. See him just crush things like a real like Halo Scarab. Because he is, for right now, and for hopefully ever, he is essentially a Scarab. He has all the hard-coded, default, complicated stuff that Scarabs have. Which should make him just absolutely awesome. That also means I could theoretically give him physical attacks, because that means he'll have physics on his whole body, like how a Scarab's legs and stuff do. So if I made an animation for him to like reach out and swipe his arm, that just works. Straight up. He just does that. And that anything he hits, or like tail swipes or something, would actually just fucking dunk. Go crazy. Okay, why is the physics not working? Is it... oh, it's a region thing. That's exactly what it is. That's an annoying fix, but an easy one. He has default body is going to be what he needs. I'm going to give him regions real quick. That'll fix him. Fun fact, it's basically the same system, that I'm using right now, that like warthogs and stuff use. I've had to describe this on stream many times. Most of you guys watching here probably already know it, but regions, it's used normally in Halo, like for the warthog, right? You have like the warthog hood, you have the warthog like bumpers, you have like the warthog wheels, and because those are all separated as regions, you can like destroy them independently and they can like take damage separately. That system is what I'm just doing here, but I'm actually kind of like hijacking the system because this Godzilla model is really, really big and really complex. So by using regions, I'm basically splitting this really big, complicated Godzilla model into multiple smaller pieces, essentially splitting them into regions, and then the game looks at that and it's like, oh, this isn't actually a giant, complicated model. This is totally like a warthog where it's just got separate parts, so we'll let it in. We'll let it slide. And yeah, you just kind of lie to the game engine, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's fine. Little does the game engine know, I will in fact be rendering all of Godzilla. Alright, now that that's good, I'll do the same for the collision, and it should be fine. Alright, now he's chilling. Now he's chilling. His collision model absolutely will not work, so if you shoot him with bullets right now, Godzilla, he's not even going to care. But physics-wise, he'll bump into stuff and like slam into things. It'll be sick. I'm gonna have to test it out by having like a pelican or something get crushed by him. Oh, look at that. See all those horribly unoptimized white points there? That is it, man. That is it. I need to go in and optimize him later because that is an unbelievably, disgustingly unoptimized physics model. But that doesn't matter for right now because check this out. I can do this. Walk on him. Walking on his toes. Why does this like sand when I walk on him? What material does he have? Why does he sound like that? Ew! Let's check his material and his physics. He can be touched, indeed. It was rather easy. What does he have? Godzilla. Tough organic flesh sounds like that. I don't know how I feel about that. What about bone? What does bone sound like? More or less the same. Well, I don't think my bullets work right now, but he's a little crunchy. But what's cool about that is now I can just, like I said before, I can bump into stuff. Oh, let me put a mammoth down, dude. I'll put down a giant mammoth vehicle really quickly. We'll watch him just walk into it. The mammoth's gonna just go, oh, and then just go flying, probably. I wonder though, he might be slow enough that the mammoth isn't gonna like go like flying crazy far or anything. So we'll put it right in front of him because he can only walk in a straight line until I give him a turning walking animation in a second, but it's probably fine. Oh wait, does my controller work today? It does! W, dude. Alright, Halo 3-ified mammoth versus Godzilla. Is he gonna do his famous flying kick? This is probably the closest we'll get. Oh, dude, look at that. The physics go crazy. He's just rolling it over. Only Scarab type physics could do this. Oh, I gotta give him sounds. He needs like a roar, dude. Oh, dude, him with sounds would go crazy, man. Oh, could you imagine? That super static tail, I know, it's unfortunate. The fact that that tail is super static isn't, as far as I know, something that I can change. I don't think Halo 3 is going to let me do, like, wiggly, maybe it will. I was going to think, maybe if I did, like, some kind of ragdoll physics, it might actually allow me to do that. But I don't know if ragdoll type physics are going to be allowed while this Scarab type is alive. It might. It will. I just realized it totally would work. Theoretically. Because if you notice on the Scarab, it has those hinges on the legs that kind of dangle. Dude, I might be able to just hijack that system on his tail instead. That would go crazy. Theoretically could work. Theoretically, it could work. Because the fact that the Scarab has those hinges that are part of the model, I could theoretically... Because all I would really do is I would, like, lie to the game, right? Like, normally the Scarab has those leg hinges that kind of dangle. You know what I'm talking about? Would it sync? Probably not, no. Probably not. Pretty sure those get calculated client side. But it would look cool. It would definitely look cool. I'll try it at the very least. I think trying it would be worth it. And if it doesn't sync, it's like, oh, whatever. Not a big deal. Why not hand animate it? The reason I wouldn't hand animate it is because the best I could do at that point is like a relatively stiff tail. Because what happens is he plays a series of animations, right? He'll play a walking animation, and if I had the tail like wiggle while walking, and then he stopped and played his idle animation, the tail would just go, Gah! And then it would lock back to wherever the idle pose starts. So I could be careful enough to kind of like blend them together, but it would probably look better if it was like full-on physics. I don't know, though. I won't really know till I try. I guess the only thing I'm sad about right now is that I probably have to redo his entire walking animation. And the main reason I'm sad about it is because I actually really like the walking animation I made for him. I think the reason I have to change it, though, is because it's fully baked in here. Wait, that's not it. Hold on. Why are these red? Because all of them are red. And yet it functions well. Oh, you know, those these leg bones, these are not parented correctly. Oh no, that's just the collision model, never mind. Yeah, his physics model works great. Yeah, I like this walking animation a lot. He has a lot of weight, his arms like move in a cool way. I think what I want to do for it though is I just want to like hijack this animation and change the way that he moves. So I want to make a copy of that, and I'm going to say move front, I believe it was turn left 45 is the name. It's a really long name for an animation, but basically this is what the Scarabs use when they're trying to move forward, but also to the side. And it works well enough. It works well enough. So basically the way it works with the Scarab, and this is kind of silly, is that they just take the walking animation, and then instead of having him just walk forward, they also move him to the side. That's literally it. And if I'm not mistaken, oops, I just go here to his B pedestal bone. Oh, I'm not in pose mode. I go to his B pedestal bone, move him. Yeah, he will in fact move. And he should have his IK bones gone out of here. That's the bottom 4. Okay, I won't worry about that for now. Funny that his pedestal bone is separate from it. Oh, that makes sense, actually. Well, I'll give it a go, see what happens. We apply a fluid animation into the idle animation. I think Halo 3 might support transitions. I know Reach does, but I would have to check if Halo 3 does. I'm not going to worry about that right now, though, because what I want to do is I want to just have him move. So, like, right now, he moves forward just fine, like you guys saw, like this. But I want to take this move forward animation, and I want to add I think a 45 degree, maybe a 30 degree rotation, like that. And then right now he moves 1500, so instead I'm going to add 1500 here. No. Oh, right. His rotation on his pedestal bone. Probably going to need to be nuked. These are his rotation values. They use quaternions because it's better, but also so much more awful to work with. I'm just going to delete all of these, except for the first and last keyframes. That way it can like blend between the two. So he'll do this kind of like rotation over to the side. It looks silly because his legs are off to the side, but that shouldn't actually be there on export. I think it won't look silly if I export it like this. I might be wrong and I might have to remove the IK and then cry myself to sleep, but it should be fine. So we'll make this a JMT. This will be any move front, turn right 45. And we'll just try to import that in. And we'll remove the turn left for now. And then let's render out his animations. And it should look pretty cool. Dude, I'm so sad. I was like, I want to make a stream where I'm just like bored and show off Godzilla in the thumbnail. Bro, viewership tanked. I can't be mad because I'm still here making Godzilla and that's peak, but like... Oh, he's turning! It's working! He's moving too quickly, but... That's because I totally forgot to just... No, I did have it correctly, actually. Oh, his leg! His poor leg! Didn't have IK on that. I gotta enable IK. Oh no! I can fix him. Wait, I can fix him. He looks so awful. Wait, why does he move over here? Oh, that's because, is it his Y location? I just forgot one value. Yeah, I gotta take his Y values and nuke them as well. Except for the first and the last. So now he should have like a smooth movement over. It should be good. Alright, let's see. If his legs are still super screwed up, I can probably fix that pretty easily as well. So we'll import his new whatevers. And then, because it's the same animation as when he moves forward, when it comes to locking his feet to the floor, I can just copy them from the main animation as well. So, foot tracking, put it in there and save. So, it might not look good, because it might be some quirkiness going on with the IK system, but he should theoretically just, like, turn right. Oh, he rotates his whole body around. Why is he drifting, dude? Godzilla's drifting like crazy. Why does his whole booty butt ass drift around? I guess that's kind of what a... Oh, I'm so dumb! I know what's happening. He's rotating way too far. Wait, why is he over here? Brother man. Oh, does it need to be minus 750? Oopsies. Yeah, he goes like that. Okay, I don't think he's gonna drift anymore after this. I kind of misunderstood which direction he's gonna be going in. I'm still gonna show him no matter what you're doing because I love you doing anything. Oh, thank you. That's really nice of you. Look at those nice comments. Somebody not calling me bald. Turns out not doing the biggest mod ever mods brings out the actually nice people. Okay, he's looking a little goofy, I can't lie. He's looking a little goofy. I think if we just ignore his legs for a second. Let's cut 750 in half. 750 in half is going to be, what, 45 for... Yeah, it's like 460 roughly. No, wait. Because half of 70 is 350. So 375. And also, I'm going to rotate him back. Because I did 30 degrees. I'm going to rotate him 50... Wait. That was 15 degrees. Yeah, whatever. This will make his rotation more subtle. There's a really annoying quirk, and anybody who's ever worked on a Scarab type in Halo 3, or I guess any of the Halo games will know this. For whatever reason, every rotation value you make on the main bone, and every movement value you make on the main bone are double. So if you make Godzilla move... If I make him like have an actually good animation in Blender, and I put him in game, he will move twice as far. The rest of his bones and his animation, he'll look fine, but his whole ass body will move twice as far, and it will turn twice as far, which is unbelievably annoying to deal with. Goodbye, Mammoth. Alright, I think his turning is still a little goofy. Maybe I ought to just, like, make him not actually move very much. Maybe I can do, like, minus 150 instead. I don't want him just, like, turning very much. Maybe, like, minus 100. Because he doesn't really need to, like, move super far to the side. I just want him to move, like, a little bit. To just go along with his rotation, you know? Every time I have him, like, moving to the side, it just, like, looks very awkward and, like, it's like it's a very jerky movement. Alright, let's see. How about this? So we look to the side and we walk forward. Okay, he turned pretty nicely. Turn all the way to the side. Okay, yeah, he's turning. Kind of slow to turn, but he's turning. Oh Lord, he turned. All right, let me try to turn him a little bit more. All right, we'll give him another 15 degrees. So in total now he should be turning what, 30 degrees, which would be 60 degrees now. I don't know. I'll try it. It'll probably be way too harsh of a turn, but we'll see. I think I'll probably have to bring him down to like 22.5 degrees because I suspect 60 degrees is just going to be way too much. Oh my god, I ran into something. I'm lagging so bad. Oh! Alright, let's try again. We're gonna watch him. We're gonna do a straight line first. We're gonna get this damn mammoth out of the way. We're gonna turn now. I mean, it's not bad, actually. He gets a pretty good... He has pretty good range. He's got good gas mileage. And you don't have to turn all the way. One of the beauties of the turn right animation is if you just want to turn a little bit, you can just turn a little bit. If you want to turn a lot of bit, you can turn a lot of bit. Pretty sick. That actually works very well. Fresh fade. Hey! Good to see you, Seth. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, man. Look, I'm making Godzilla. As you probably can guess from the title, I'm bored and I'm trying to prevent burnout, so I'm just having some fun. Alright, watch this. Easy. You might be like, no way. That was so unbelievable. God damn it, man. Minus 100 and then 30 degrees. Why did I... Fine, I will fix it again. I gotta redo... I mean, thankfully it was really easy, but I'm just gonna redo all that work that I just did, because I did it on the wrong animation. Hooray. This goes to minus 100, and then rotation-wise, he goes minus 30. Which gives him a full 60 degrees of rotation to do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Pretty sick. I'm playing Satisfactory. It's very... Oh, dude, Satisfactory. I've been wanting to play. I was really big into Factorio, and I know Satisfactory is just like a very much... It's different, but it's like a 3D version of that, which is pretty sick. Alright, that was turn right. Now we're on turn left, which you might be like, no way, how is he ever going to figure this out? I'll show you. Oh wait, you know what, now that I think about it. I'm going to have to go back and erase all of these. Except for this, 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 and this. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the fuck? Oh, because that's the z-axis. Let's try that again. We select these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete all those. And now he has like a smooth turn. It's kind of sick. And then I go to here. I gotta do the same thing. Grab all these. We protect the starting keyframes where he starts to rotate, and then we keep the last ones where he's done rotating. We delete all the other rotation keyframes. And now, all I have to do is make him move his body to the other side, and then do a 60-degree rot... Jesus. 30 should make him look forward. The fuck? I guess that's correct. And then we rotate him 30 to go that way. Insert all keyframes, export him out. Now he's good to go. This is turn left 45. And then with this, even though we don't have a turn in place animation, now he can turn easily in both directions. And it's the same walking animation, so yet again, I just get to copy and paste the feet animations. I know you guys are waiting. I know there's a lot of you guys in chat who won't stop talking about Godzilla's feet, which I'm not really sure what that's about, but you know what? This is for you. This is for you. I don't know if he's fucked up. We gotta check if his left turning animation seems to function, but whether or not, like, it's good, that's a whole other story. Oh. He's drifting again. He's drifting again. Oh god, he's drifting again. Oh, you know it's because he goes to 1500. That's why we gotta take him to 750. Understandable. So move front still fine. And left 45 is good. Why is that one good? But this one, you know what? I don't care. This is the weirdness I was talking about with scarab types. For whatever reason, they double every value you give them. So when I say, oh, he's actually going to turn 100, you know, units to the side when he walks, the game goes, oh, you animated him to do 100 units? Yeah, he's going to move 200 units. Like, okay, sure, yeah. That makes sense. I'm sure there's a really good reason for that. And if you look at the scarab walking animations, the default vanilla ones in Halo 3, it looks so goofy. Because they walk like half the distance they're supposed to. Okay, yeah, now he looks good. Now he can walk wherever the hell he wants to walk. Wow. His legs are a little quirky. His like IK system isn't perfect. But hey, he's got the freedom to walk now. Oh, I deleted him. Such a large being. I know. It's beautiful. Alright, let's give it a try. He can't crouch, so I don't have to worry about that. We can just make him walk. His legs are a little funky looking. I think I'm going to increase the time allowed between the legs locking and unlocking. I'm going to give it a full 20 frames between those two. Oh, I can't on this because it's at the beginning of the animation. Oh! What if I just put this at 20? Which one is this? That's turn left 45. So it was 5. Okay, I'm gonna remember these values. I'm gonna remember these values. I suspect this is actually just gonna make it way worse, but hey, you never know. Maybe I'm definitely wrong about that. Alright, let's watch. Let's see his feet. Look at Godzilla's feet. Need a crouch and dodge animation. That would look insane. Oh, no, that feels way smoother. Hello? I do need to adjust his feet markers, though, because his feet do kind of seem like they're going like in the floor. It looks a lot smoother though. It's pretty cool. And I'm turning him around. Alright, let's watch him from the side profile. This will be the most damning one. His left foot sometimes looks a little weird. Yeah, there's like some weird weight painting going on with his left foot when it does like IK locking. It makes his leg like bulge out. His feet clip a little bit, which is a bit odd. I think that's just due to the nature of how the Scarab type system works. I might be able to fix it if I put... Maybe if I put his... Let me do this. We're going to turn off pose mode. We're going to put him in default export pose. And then I think what might actually fix this is moving his feet markers to the tips of his toes. Because right now they're at the bottom of his feet. I think if I put them on the tippy toes here, it might be better. I'm going to try that. It's either going to make it way better or way worse, and I'm not sure which. Use a giant, really slowed down reach evade animation. That could work. Alright, he's going to lose his nice baked lighting, but he will gain possibly better IK. Because the Scarab is on its tippy toes all the time, so logic says maybe if I put him on his tippy toes, the IK will work better. Oh, his feet did get flatter to the ground. They were a little bit off by default before. Alright, we're going to watch. Everybody stare at Godzilla's feet. You freaks. Fucking weirdos. He's floating off the ground a little bit now. But it does look a lot better. It's a lot flatter. Ain't gotta tell me, pal. Classic space set. Classic. Still some funky stuff going on with his shin bone there. I think that might just be a weight painting issue, though. Might be these. Because he got, oh, it's his knee jiggle. Why does he have knee jiggle bones? I guess I get it for, like, cinematic purposes, but, like, bro. I'm not trying to see all that. Do you know how tall this model of Godzilla is? I believe I scaled him completely accurately to, like, his movie appearance. Forget the exact number off the top of my head, because I added this model into Reach at the correct scale, like, a year and a half ago or something. But I remember being very careful to make it accurate in the Halo engine. So, like, Spartans are bigger than your usual humans, so he might look a little bit smaller because of that, but should be the exact, like, movie-accurate height. Alrighty. So he's looking good. I'll have to get rid of his weird knee jiggle bones and, like, merge those into his legs. But I guess this is fine for now. What I can do is probably give him some sounds, frankly. When he's about 100 meters? Yeah, I think he's like 100 or 105 meters, something around there. He kind of changes between the movies. But he looks good so far, and I'm glad that we got those animations. And I do low-key want to try the tail physics, because that should theoretically work, but also sounds like a pain in the ass. I have to give, like, each part of his tail a physics chunk. I don't think he has any physics chunks for his tail, to be honest. No, he doesn't. I actually have no physics chunks for his tail at all. God, he's so unoptimized. What even is this, man? Jesus! Ew! Bro, this could just be a cylinder. When did I make this? It's so ass. Oh, whatever. As much as I do want to animate his tail, I should probably give him a turning animation of some kind. That would be the smart move. I suspect... No, you know what? Screw that. I have his atomic breath working. Why don't I just make his atomic breath look fucking awesome? Also, I should add in some footsteps. I would say I would add the scarab footsteps, but those don't sound right. I technically do have Godzilla footsteps, but it's from the -1 Godzilla that I made like ages ago. I could just put those in for now. There's nothing wrong with that, I guess. I'll throw those onto his move front animation. Add a sound event. Oh, you know, I should probably add a giant stomp effect, too. Fuck! No! Fine. Fine, guys. I'll add the really cool stomp effect. I guess. His mouth should have, like, a loose blue fire effect before the beam goes off. 100%. I think that'd be sick as hell. Just, like, spilling out. You know, that would look awesome. I'm trying to think if I made anything recently. I guess the Mantis has a kind of cool stomp effect. Maybe I could like reuse... I'll try reusing the Mega Mantis' stomp effect as a start. It'll definitely be too small. I'm talking about like the big one though as well. Like the... Like when it slams down after its jump. Let me see. Do I have that? We have step impact. Well, landing impact. And that probably still won't be big enough. And I presume I need to set this to replace. It might already be set. Okay, good, it is. So right now it does dirt explosion sound, and it does a bunch of damage. Burst spray. Let's just see how this looks. I'll throw this onto his regular move front animation. We'll just... Oh, and I gotta add a sound. I gotta add this... Not step impact, but... the sound. I'll just throw it into the effect. Say screw it. So he does that. We'll add in that on replace. And then I probably don't even need the step sound in here. Move front. So we'll put... What? Oh my dumbass, bro. There we go. So we'll add in the step impact at frame. It locks in at 60 on left foot. Okay, well it's going to be slightly off, but I'll make new left foot markers for him that go actually under his feet rather than at his toes. That'll go at 60, and then right foot locks at 120. This should work as long as I like walk in a straight line. He's gonna look a little silly though, because the step impact is gonna come from his toes right now. Okay, 120 is too late into it. I think 117 might work. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I can hear it. Let me make some new markers for him for him to actually be able to like emit stuff from. So we have left foot and right foot, which is the hard-coded names for like markers that relate to the foot and like actually being used in important stuff. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these. I'm gonna make FX left foot and FX right foot. They're gonna go directly under his little toesies, right where the middle of his feet would be. That looks good. And then I'm just gonna throw that in game. Just no. What? I was never looked at Godzilla's feet before. Weird, man. We're making it weird. Alright, then what we can do is we can swap out the markers that I was using before for the new ones that I've just added now. And then once the new model is done importing here in a second, we should be able to see the, be able to see it. Alright. Let's watch. Yeah, those didn't play because they were on the turning animations. Not a bad start for an animation. Godzilla stream part 2? Yeah, I'm kind of bored today. I didn't want to burn out too hard on permafrost, so I said fuck it. Godzilla stream part 2. I like working on Godzilla, man. It's fun. I like Godzilla. I grew up with Godzilla. The new, you know, well, the newest like design by Legendary Pictures and everything. I think it looks sick as hell, so fuck it, dude. Godzilla. Look, we gave him turning animations now, and we got footstep sounds and some basic effects that I just barely added. I need to improve them though. Goodbye, Mammoth. I don't like that he kind of floats off the ground. I'll have to tweak that. I wonder what the best way to tweak his ground offset would be. Maybe I can do that in the giant tag. Max vertical. No, that's all fine. I think it might just be how he naturally sits. Maybe if I just like took his... Maybe if I just moved him... No, you know what? Duh. It should have been obvious to me. His right and left foot markers are too low. If I move them like up a bit, he should be good. Because the issue really isn't that he's floating. The issue is that his feet are floating, and his feet are connected via that animation. So theoretically, this could work. Guess I'll have 1 minute video of him destroying buildings for that to get a bunch of attention. True. People would really love to see that. I mean, my end goal is if... I'm not, like, necessarily pursuing this massively and trying desperately to get, like, a fully functional Godzilla mod right now. But it would be awesome, and my hope is to one day have a mod where, like, one player can just be Godzilla, because that's sick, and then, like, have it be, like, an infection-type game mode. Where, like, one Godzilla hunts down a bunch of players and tries to kill them all, with, like, the players having some kind of secondary objective. Alright. He's reloaded. Let's see. No, his feet still kind of float. He needs a better atomic breath, man. I've been reusing this crappy half-baked one that I made like forever ago for a way smaller version of Godzilla, and it's killing me, man. It's killing me. I'm gonna make it a Bionicle Halo mod. Oh, there's some people who are gonna go crazy for that, dude. Some people are just love Bionicle, especially I feel like there's a lot of overlap with like the Halo community in that generation. Alright, he's looking pretty cool. That said, we need a better atomic breath. It's frankly sad. I actually might have all the atomic breath sounds working already. In fact, I think my Halo Reach folder should have like a shit ton of Godzilla sounds now that I think about it. I could probably just like port those over. They all ended up breaking, so even when I went back to the Halo Reach mod, they just like didn't even work very well, but... where would it be? Maybe I don't have it. Where were his sounds? Shoot, man, I don't even know. Oh wait, I have the building sounds. I gotta pull up my Reach editing kit and check. I actually have no clue. Yeah, let me see the Godzilla animation graph. That should have a bunch of sounds on it. Animations, sure, but where's my sound references? Are they all... Should have like a looping sound on him that plays like idle Godzilla noises. No? Maybe it's in his weapon then. Here's the charging effect, which has the sound. Objects, characters, Godzilla. I swear I just checked that and he wasn't there. Oh no, he's there. Sick. Sounds. Atomic breath, charge, and roar. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of other sounds of him as well. Go to my Halo 3 though. I'm just gonna throw these in Halo 3 real quick. And I'm gonna check my Halo Reach project folder. Sounds. No, there's the elephant sounds actually. I ported those. I forgot about that. Oh, there's a bunch of sounds. Hello? Well, I'm gonna throw these into Audacity really quick and have a listen. Evolved pink version. Thought it looked worse than pink. No, I like his. This is him from the sequel King of the Monsters, which I think is his best look in the. Okay, so that's him firing his big beam. That's probably a footstep sound. Kind of quiet. Pretty sick roar, not gonna lie. Nice. Oh, there's a good charge sound. These must be from like a game or something. I wanted some like idle sounds for me to just like play. That's not a bad one. Maybe I could give him some sounds when he takes damage. That's an iconic victory roar. Can't go wrong with that, man. That's just peak. Maybe an idle sound or a pain sound. There's a pain sound. That would be like not usable. That's a great idle sound. That's, what is that, 14? I'm trying to remember that. Another good idle sound, or maybe a pain sound. That would be like a pain sound. Same with that. His bro's snoring. Snoring again. That's a peak idle sound. So 20 and 14 are peak idle sounds. That, probably wouldn't use that. Another pain sound. That could be an idle sound. 20 and 14 sound like decent idle sounds. Wait, 20 and 14? That's the year that's the year the movie came out. Alright, we'll throw those in there. I'll run some commands really quick. Let me close my game and save, and then we'll go back in a second. I just gotta close the game to import sound, so we'll do tool, sound, single, and it should be sounds, is it sound or sounds? God, I always forget. Sound. Okay, sound. Characters, Godzilla. And then the first sound I want to add in is atomic breath. So that way we have this really sick atomic breath sound. And we'll make it weapon fire. And we'll give it a sound bank. Godzilla. And then we'll do the same thing, but we'll do weapon charge for his atomic charge. Excuse me. And then we'll need to do Godzilla idle, which will be a unique sound bank because Do it as a, I'll call it a vehicle animation, and it'll be Godzilla idle as the whole folder, and then because it's multiple sounds, we could use the sound single layer command. That would have crashed if I had, excuse me, if I had used the same sound bank, so I had to make a new one there. But the good news is those are all in now. I do need to tweak them a little bit, but I could theoretically use these for all of the, like, firing sounds and everything. So, I don't know, do I have a charging effect right now? I haven't even checked. I think right now it's using, like, a default scarab charging effect. Oh, it doesn't even have a charging effect. Love that. What is the firing effect right now? Goji, okay, so that's the beam. What firing? Apparently I have a breath firing effect. I'm not going to trust that. I'm going to make a brand new one, because whatever I made before, I saw it and it looked terrible. We'll do breath firing. And for the sake of charging, I'm also going to add that as an effect. We'll copy and paste. We'll do breath charging. All I'm going to do is I'm going to add the effect to the charging. And then, or I'll add the sound to both of these, and then it should be cool. How long does it take to charge? 2.5 seconds. So we'll make it so that this charge effect will play for 2.5 seconds. It plays... I do not want a beam system, or a lens flare, or a light volume, or a light. I'll make a custom light for it later. It'll look sick. Needler Godzilla sounds epic as fuck. That would be pretty sick, not gonna lie. Alright, we'll do sounds, characters, Godzilla, and then we'll do atomic charge here. And then now we gotta go to the firing effects, where the beam and everything actually comes out. And I will add it in here, but it'll be atomic breath. Last thing we gotta do is actually make these sounds, like, go far. So minimum distance, I'll make it like 150, maximum distance like 500. These might not even be loud enough too, so I'll probably have to tweak them. Minimum distance 150, maximum 500. So you could hear it from like really far away, but if you're not like right up against them, it might be a little quiet. We'll see. The targeting reticle is going to be stylized skewed. As in you charge it, fills from top to bottom. Oh, isn't that the name of like his spike? Because isn't that like that's like an aquatic animal thing, a scoot. The things on his back, yeah. Random tangent, but RJ Ruby Team so much been so much fun to engage with. I appreciate it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, I can't speak for anyone but myself, but at the very least, say modding Halo as a Halo fan is just fucking awesome. It's so fun. Rarely as rewarding as it ought to be, in the sense that like modders put in a lot of work to make like really cool shit. But at the very least, the reward that I look forward to the most is always people just playing the mods. That makes me so goddamn happy, dude. Whenever somebody makes like a video showing off Ultimate Forge or something, I'm just like, fuck yeah. Okay, it sort of kind of worked. I think what I need to do is play a single firing effect instead. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, wait, there's a cheat code for this. Hold on, let me close the sounds for a second. I remember this now. There's two firing effects. There's an optional secondary firing effect. And what I can do is just take breath firing and make it breath firing 2. Big breath. And then on breath firing 2, I get to remove the sound, so it only plays once. 7, thank you for the 5!
I know it was really disappointing for the Pelican and Phantom pickups, but why not fake it for vehicle respawn?
Fake it for vehicle respawn? You mean like have like something get delivered? That is doable. That is doable. it would be pretty heavy to do, so I'm not sure if I want to do it, but it's certainly possible. Okay, sorry. I need to... thank you for the 5. I might. It would be really cool to see dropships come in and drop off your vehicles and stuff. It should realistically not be super hard to pull off either. I think 4 seconds is what it was in Reach, so I have all the sounds based around that. And then this does a 3-second burst. I'm going to do a 4-second burst instead. And I'll try that. That might give us the full 4-second burst. Let's see. It's okay. It's alright. Let me reduce that a little bit. I need to tweak this till the heat value gets just right. It's something. It's something. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. The effects themselves suck right now, but it's a start. It's not a bad start. Let's see what we have effects-wise. So right now, when this plays, we have... Oh, it's the Scarab basic effect. That's why. Okay, so we're going to delete the Plasma Ring. We have an Explosive Flash and a Fireball Plasma Huge Intensity. Which is on my Scarab... Oh, this is my Scarab Hybrid one. That's why. Okay, so I'm going to take this... We're going to put this into the Godzilla folder in our FX. We're going to make a little particles folder. And I'm going to name this Atomic Fire. Atomic Fireball. I think that'd be kind of cool. And I can reuse this particle like all over the place, I think. And let me make sure it doesn't have any baked in colors. It does. Ooh, ew. I guess I'll bake in my own cyan bluish color. Make sure it doesn't have any colors baked in here. Ooh, it does. Ooh. It's a little too blue. Let's make it a little more cyan. I didn't want to put too much of a cyan colored tone to it, but that is Godzilla's Atomic Breath color. And then I think one thing that might be kind of fun is if I want to reduce its velocity. When I was an initial velocity of 5, I'm going to give it... I'll keep its initial velocity at 5. I'm going to enhance its lifespan to be like 2 to 4 seconds. And then I might not like this, but I'm going to try it. And then I'm going to give it physics. So that way it has like gravity and stuff and can like fall out of his mouth, which would be kind of sick. We'll do FX. What is it? Oh, no. Physics templates right here. And I want to do smoke. And we'll give it physics and the gravity. Let's just try that. Needs more gravity. I'm gonna give it like a lot of gravity. And it needs to emit more. What's the angle? Emission angle, only 45. I'm gonna say 180. And the shape should be like a disc. It needs a much lower alpha value. Being at 1 all the time sucks. I'll do 0 to 1. It'll start completely transparent. Go here. Go down. I want to do something like this with it, where it has this nice like bell curve shape so that it like starts completely transparent. Slowly it kind of fades in and out. It still doesn't look quite right. I might deserve credit for resurrecting the Godzilla arc. I've ended all the streams a week ago. Yeah, that actually did remind me of it. That is one of the reasons. I was just so disappointed the other day, and I was like, I'm just gonna do Godzilla, man. Fuck it. That's right. Everybody blame Anna, not me. It's not my fault. Pretty much nothing's ever my fault now that I think about it. The issue I'm having, I think, is that the particle size is just a little bit off. Let me adjust the particle here. I'm going to do a depth fade value of like 2, which might not even be enough, frankly. Make it like 5. And that's going to mean whenever it collides with a structure or something, it'll just kind of like disappear. Might have gone too hard on it. Yeah, I'll bring it back to like 2.5. The trouble with it is I think they just need to be bigger and they need to have a little bit less gravity. And they, oh, you know what it is? They spin so much. The rotation rate, that's why. 0.01. I bet that'll make it look a bit better. Put that velocity back down. Bring it to like 2. Actually, we could keep it at 5, and then I could reduce the air friction to like 1.5. I bet that'll help. Oh! Okay, velocity of like 1, please. It's okay. I guess my question is why, like... Why is it only coming out in like a straight line? That's lame. I give it a disk value with a emission angle of 100. Oh, right, I'm dumb. 0 to 180. Particle random, so it'll pick between those values. It's not picking between those values. Maybe it needs to be negative 90 to 90. Maybe that'll help. Bro. The fuck? Mission axis angle. Maybe this helps? It sure doesn't! Let's do like disk. You do the particle effect after the beam? Yeah, I wanted to have this be here to be a little subtle. In fact, now that you mention it, I am going to decrease its intensity a little. I'm just annoyed because it seems to only be coming out of one side of his fucking head for some reason. Disc. What about like sprayer disc? And now the beam itself, I do not like how the beam looks right now. I think it looks really bad. That was from the -1 atomic beam I slightly worked on, and frankly, I'm not a fan of it at all. Okay, I'm going to take this emitter, and I'm going to steal it away, and we're going to go to the firing effect here. And you know, for the initial one, I don't even care. We're going to go to the firing effect too. This is going to be the main one. Is the frost map out? No, it's not out right now. I'm taking a break from it because I was burning out. And I would absolutely rather not burn out. That would suck. So here, we replace the emitter with this. We'll swap the particle to this. And another reason is that I'm just not going to be here for like this entire weekend, so I just wanted to work on something a little bit fun instead. Okay, it did add on to it, so I think the best thing I can do here now is to... I'm going to change the emission rate. Right now is 10. I'm going to switch to 100. And I'm going to make it go like 1 to 2 second lifespan. And I'm going to have the initial velocity be like 15 to start with. I'm going to try and make some kind of smoke surrounding the initial core of the beam. And then I'll also edit the beam itself a little bit better. Let's do emission angle will be random between 0 and like 3. And then we'll go ahead and switch to like sprayer cone. Let's do... Okay, initial velocity was clearly not even close to enough. Let's do like 50. And bring the air friction down a little bit. That looks pretty bad. Maybe I should just stick with a full-on beam instead of worrying about the particles. Let's turn these off for now. Or actually, instead of turning them off, I guess I could just have them emit from, like, the mouth. Let's do... initial velocity, like, 5. And we'll turn the brightness up a little bit more so they're more visible. Why is the mammoth exploding? Because it's too strong. Even Godzilla can't destroy the mammoth. Okay, I have a better idea. We're going to turn the lifespan of these particles way down to like 0.25 to 0.75. And then I'm going to have the initial velocity go up to like 15. And then we're going to increase the cone angle to like 15 degrees. So that should like create like a burst at near his mouth of particles while the beam just goes out on its own. Did not look bad. Did not look bad. The angle was not nearly enough, but it did not look bad. Okay, the particles are way too small, and 45 degrees needs to be toned down to something like 25. Get the particle size and scale up. Go 2 to 6 to start with. Alright, I lied. I'm going to do 1 to 6. I'm going to increase the velocity to like 30. He's trying his best. He really is. Alright, it's a very strong mammoth. I built it well. It's okay. About 30 to 60 and 200 particles per second. Oh wait, emission rate is only 25? No wonder it looks weird. I'm going to go to 100. It's okay. More. Make the atomic breath stronger? True. That's better. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's better. The beam itself is the main problem. I need to tweak the hell out of it. Maybe if it was a little more concentrated. How about 30 to 90? Maybe it just needs more speedy particles. Okay, that, but then also I make the coordinate system local. And then I also do a tighter cone to like 10 degrees. Let's see. Not terrible. No, the direction in which it emits, which is a way I can make the particles go to a particular point rather than just spraying out at a particular angle. Because what I want to do is I want to have the beam that's like pointing downwards. Let's see, particle reference axis, we can do cone, blah, 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 distant constant. Yeah, it doesn't seem there's any particular way for me to do that as far as I know. Probably just look better in world space. Does he fire the same glassing beam? Probably not, no. Okay, maybe I don't add the fiery effect to the beam because it's kind of like disconnected from the actual beam system itself. Instead, what I could do is I could add the fire, the blue fire, to the actual beam system. So let's go breath beam system. I have an idea. I have a pretty good idea here, to be honest. If I'm going to be so TBH honest right now. Do I like the strokes? I'm afraid I do not know what that is. Here we have a cross. It uses the base map of Scarab Beam, which I suppose is fine. The palette of the Valhalla Beam Tower, I suppose that's fine as well. That looks fine. Profile intensity, I'm going to bring it down to 5 for now so I can actually see what the hell's going on. And I want to see if there's a way I can disable these for debugging. This is the tube texture. What is the intensity on this? It's 1. How large is it? Yeah, whatever, I don't care. And then we have Beam New, which uses an outer crackle. It's probably fine. Intensity of 4. All right, let's see what we got now. Let's look at this beam. It's not going to blind us. Very Halo-looking beam, if I'm being honest. We need something a bit more smoky. Definitely need something a bit more smoky. So if we have this, using the Scarab Beam as the core, like as a bright inner core, maybe that being at 20 was fine. Or at least like 15. That's totally fine. But then for Beam New, instead of using the outer crackle texture, I would prefer to do something like... Where is it? Maybe Wispy Trail? Is this a good one? I think Wispy Trail would be a good one. And then what I could do for this is have this profile thickness. Do like 3 to 4. See how that looks. Honestly, I didn't hate it, but I think 3 to 4 is not enough. I'm going to massively up it to like 6 to 8, and this is probably going to be way too much, but it'll at least give me a good visual of how this looks. Interesting. I'll do 4 to 8, and then we'll take the intensity down to like 1. I don't know why, it looks kind of sick. I'm going to give it more of a blue cyan color tint. If that even works on these. And maybe I'll up it like to 12 so that it has more of like a smoky effect around the whole thing. It does look pretty cool. I'm going to switch it off of palletized though. Right now we're on palletized plus alpha. Well, maybe I just need to enhance the color more, just saturate it more and more. And then if I do that plus an intensity of like 2, let's see. I prefer this, it looks a lot like the 80s movies. It does. I'm going kind of for like a Heisei era beam. I want to add some of the smokiness from the new stuff into it, but I don't want to overdo it either. The particles, frankly, are just not it right now. They're killing me. I'm gonna like disable them because it's hurting me. Visually painful. In the 90s movies? Well, Heisei was 80s and 90s, but yeah. Okay, definitely added a bit too much blue in there. That goes without saying. But because the intensity is so high, if I cut back just a little bit, it'll still stay blindingly bright. Can he pick up players or vehicles in his hands? He absolutely can interact with stuff. I gave him a full physics model, and he's using Scarab type physics, so he can just like bump into stuff. I don't think he could directly grab players, but you can knock them out of the way. Okay, that looks pretty sick. I'm going to reduce the blue of the core beam just a little bit more and see what kind of result I can get. I mean, it's starting to look like a decent beam. It's got that kind of smoky outer effect that I was looking for. And low-key, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this beam. I'm going to call it Smoke 2. I'm going to make this one called Smoke. And for Smoke 2, what I want to do is bring the intensity down to like 0.5. And I want to increase the thickness to like 16 or like 18, which is going to look kind of crazy. And I also want to bring the alpha down really low. So there's going to be hopefully this like outer layer of really large smoke around it that's like not that visible. I think I made it too small. I didn't even see it. Godzilla just picks up a scarab and throws it. Hey, if I wanted to animate it, I could. And then I suppose the only thing that I would want to do to differentiate this is have the UV scrolling go minus 1.21. Just some random offset number so it scrolls at a different speed. I mean, minus the particles that I think look kind of ass, that's pretty good so far. I'm going to leave it like that for a second. Starting to feel pretty cool. I'm going to take the particles that I'm emitting from this, and I think I'm going to just reduce them down to only come out of the mouth. That's a start. I gotta figure out what's going on with this walking animation, though. Some parts of it don't sync up very well. I'm not looking forward to completely redoing it, if I'm being honest. Alright. Have him turn all the way around. I want to see what he looks like from, like, the side firing this. His mouth actually doesn't line up all that well. I'm gonna have to adjust his looking animations again. The beam itself is pretty sick, though, not gonna lie. How big did you make him? Yeah, he is exactly as tall as he is in King of the Monsters. I scaled it a while back, but it's... Why is there such a delay on the sound? That's killing me. Is that just like built into the sound file? Well, I gotta check that. There shouldn't... Oh, I'm being dumb. There is a delay because he's far away and the sound takes a minute to travel. I gotta make it like instant. I gotta make both sounds have instant propagation. We need the sound... Atomic breath sound, instant sound propagation with huge sound transmission, and charging effect. I'll give the sound on there the same. Does he have a roar? No, but I have the sound in the game. I just haven't added it onto him yet. I'm going to give him a roaring animation. Not that. But for the charging sound... do the same thing as before. We do instant sound propagation with huge sound transmission. Okay, now he should be good. Now the sound shouldn't be delayed anymore. Not bad. It's a start. The beam really isn't half bad. It's passable. It's passable. I think I might have to make some adjustments to his firing animation to make him, like, look more correctly, but... The animations are a little clunky still, but it's getting there. Considering he's using, like, full-on scarab physics, it's not too bad. The impact effect sucks, though. It's still using a default scarab beam impact effect, and that's lame. I still don't understand why he, like, twitches so much when he walks. His default pose should be, like... His idle pose should be a match, so it shouldn't do that. I might... Again? Oh, I'm gonna have to remake his entire walking cycle. Kill me! Kill me! I'm not an animator by trade. That's the worst. Hit particles need to be blue? Yeah, right now it's just literally the scarab impact. It sucks. Oh my god, you're gonna be perfect for this, though. The motherfucking, Halo... E3 Halo Wars Scarab Impact Beam, but blue! That would go crazy hard, man. What the fuck, I gotta do that immediately. Because it, like, ejects stuff really high into the air and it looks super intense. That would be so fucking perfect for this. I must do it immediately. That's Goji Beam regular. New character. It's gonna be Giants. Godzilla. We'll do weapon. Projectiles. Alrighty. And then with this impact effects. Right now it's using this boring scarab impact effect. Ew! And I low-key forgot where the E3 scarab's effect is, so I'm gonna yoink that real quick. We have weapons, beam, projectile. The impact effect uses this. And then, I'm gonna yoink it into Godzilla's folder here. Called Beam Impact. And, actually we should just test it out, see how it looks, even though it's gonna be green probably. That ain't it. That ain't it. I can in fact confirm that was absolutely not it. Hello? Does it have a material effect? Is that why it's acting like this? No. Oh, I see. That was detonation effect. What I needed was impact effect. Okay. That's a lot better. It's green, but way better. You guys know how I feel about the color green. Green light. Mods. Drone strike that guy. In Minecraft. Okay, so we're just gonna... I guess if I just change all of these away from the scarab green color to a more cyan color, it should be gorgeous. I think that's everything. Lastly would just be the debris particles I added. Which I don't think those are colored. I lied, they're so colored. Alright, we're gonna switch those to these. Beautiful. Let's see how this looks. Unfortunately, all of that still looked extremely green. Unlucky. Is it because these are using custom particles for the scarab and I'm going to have to manually recolor all of them? Is that what's going on here? It's totally what's going on. It's so fun. Alright, let's go ahead and make a new particle for each one of these. Copy and paste them into my Godzilla folder. Yeah. Actually, when Green said that, yeah. Okay, so that one, not a big deal. That one, not a big deal. That one, why is it green? Why are any of these green? I've changed them all. Hello. Made them all rather blue, in fact. Feels like they just didn't change in color at all. Nobody hates green more than Green. And he's here, so he knows. Could it have been that? No, because these are extremely bluish cyan. There's no green in this. Even the wispy smoke. Just way too bright for some reason. These are all blue. Bitch, what the fuck? Okay, I see some blue in there. Do I just need to make them, like, extremely blue? I don't get it. Plasma burst white, wispy smoke. I'm just going to change them all to be so blue there's no way they could even appear slightly green. In honor of Green being here. Alright, let's see. I suspect the intensity filter was probably pushing it towards green a little bit, or pushing more of the green out of it. Oh, dude, me when I'm just fucking wrong. That's crazy. It's so unbelievably green still. Gotta be the energy then, because it's a decal system, but that... I don't think that would be doing it. I guess it could. We have regular explosive flash. I guess it's a little bit too cyan. I'll just switch it to be a decent bit more blue on the explosive flash. I don't even think the light beams are colored. Yeah, they're not. It's certainly a lot more blue now. I gotta make a new decal beam impact, though. Because that's probably affecting some of the color. Hey, Nande, thanks so much for the 2! Appreciate it.
Juggernaut Gamma mode, but the Juggernaut is Godzilla.
Literally, that's what I would like for this. I'm not gonna, like, massively pursue this mod in place of, like, Permafrost, which I'm still working on, but yeah, that would be fucking awesome. That would make me very, very happy. Wait, what is this called? Plasma Impact Large. What is napalm splat? That's kind of crazy. Damn, wait. That could be sick, actually. I don't know what this is going to look like, but I'm going to try it. Oh! One of the textures I added has no alpha map. Wasn't that one? It was that one. I think that's because it doesn't have frame indexes. I'm not gonna mess with that. Napalm splats look cool though. Can I write 343 in the dirt? I'll try. Oh. I tried. Where is this coming from, man? Fuse plus alpha mask. Bro. Oh, it's because it's inverted, that's why. Can't use that. What about you? This could work. It'll be kind of boring, though. What about Plasma Impact Small? Yeah, that could work. Not bad, not bad. Oh. Yeah, these animations are really the most troublesome part right now. Tail swipe attack, it would work. be kind of crazy. I might give his tail physics though. I think the core of his beam is a little bit small, frankly. Why does walking make a shield effect sound? Oh, it's because I still have a damage effect on his walking because I stole it from the Mega Mantis's stomp. I just gotta fix that. See, I think I should have made his beam wider at the end here. That does improve the look of it a little bit. Frankly, though, the UV tiling is awful. I'm gonna have to make this beam like way wider. And frankly, maybe I could even make the starting thickness here a bit bigger. Might be too big. Ooh, no, that's pretty sick actually. It looks a lot cooler. I'm gonna adjust the speed that the beam like moves at. It's a little too slow. Let me double it. Yeah, I was using the beam from the smaller -1 Godzilla. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I think what I could even do is with the smoke on the outline here, I could probably have it like be double the size because that goes to 16, and then I have this really faint smoke around the edge, which I could probably up to like 24. Might be a bit much, but I won't know till I try. No, yeah, that's peak. That looks really sick. Oh, fuck. I lost my cool camera angle. Yeah, that's a scary looking beam. That looks like if it hits you, you're done. W. He does have a lens flare in there somewhere, which I absolutely need to work. Yeah, right here. Lens flare I feel like would go kind of hard if I get it working properly. Radius curve is way too fucking big. Hello? I'm gonna turn no occlusion offset on right now. Oh my god, movie magic lens flare is way too bright. Holy shit. I guess I can make it a little bigger. 2 might have been a bit too small. Directed by Michael Bay. It's kind of cool. I think the position of the lens flare there is kind of bad. Again, I'm just gonna keep going till the lens flare has like a nice look to it and it isn't like overwhelming. The occlusion is a little bit weird. It's a little weird. Also, I don't think I like that lens flare. I'm gonna try a regular, boring, simple flare and see how that looks. Because I just want it to be like an additive thing rather than some overwhelming Michael Bay style lens flare. Okay, the regular lens flare, which is a lot smaller, I might be able to make it bigger, and it might still look cool. I think that looked excellent there. All right, I'll take that. I might go back to it because I didn't hate it, but it felt a bit much. Yeah, maybe I will go back to it because now it just looks like his beam is clipping through his head because it's so bright. Not bad. Though I'll probably make a specialized marker for that to appear on. That's like a little bit further forward in his mouth because it feels like it's just a little bit too deep in his head. Mothra, that's a whole other can of worms there, but that'd be pretty cool. I think his beam looks nice though. It's got a good like it's got a good smokiness to it that I feel satisfied with. Like if I died to that, I'd be like, yeah, you got me, bro. Believable Godzilla beam, if I've ever seen one. Nice. I need to redo his animations though, man. They're brutal. I really like his walking animation, but I just don't have the editable files. I know I've been yapping about that all stream, but I'm very sad about it still. I don't know what happened, man. I'm usually really good about not fucking that up. Ignore his squishy leg. Pretend that's not there. Yeah, I'll have to give him another animation with some more weight to it. If I can, I'm going to add a physics to his dorsal plates as well as his tail. It should be possible. Nice, dude. That's sick. Hell yeah, man. One more, one more. That is not bad, man. That's a pretty sweet beam. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Mosura. This pull from the PS4 game? I actually don't know where this model comes from. This one is not the PS4 game one, because I know the PS4 game one has this version of Godzilla with his 2014 dorsal plates, excuse me, spikes. And the spikes on this guy are from Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is the sequel to that movie, where he's got like the more maple leaf shaped spikes on his back. Damn, bro's just, he's posing like that. That's kind of crazy. His feet are messed up? Yeah. The main issue is that he needs just a new walking animation, frankly. His walking animation low-key sucks right now. I don't think it looks terrible. I actually think I did a pretty good job adding a lot of detailing and motion to it. But, unfortunately, I didn't plan out this animation because I made this back for the Reach mod ages ago. And now I have the opportunity to plan it out and make it like way nicer. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plan out an actual one. And now that I think about it, his legs kind of went into the ground before. If I put... No, because then they would... There's no good solution to the little tippy toes problem, but I could still make it work. I'll try to reanimate him in a second. I'm gonna go stand up and take a quick break, but it should be not too challenging. I'll be right back. Buh. Sneeze. Like Tokyo SOS's design. Tokyo SOS Mothra was cool. I think my favorite's GMK Mothra though. She's got this like very cool, like aggressive look to her. I feel like that's the closest Japanese design to the more modern legendary design as well. Still pretty far off, but the closest, I would argue. Okay, I like Godzilla's idle animation. Let me look at this. I'm pretty sure I posed his idle animations. Oh. That's the issue. When I made his idle animation, he wasn't like stanced up. Let me look. I think I gotta remake not only his idle, but his walking. Actually, I might be able to salvage... No, I probably shouldn't even bother salvaging his walking animation, frankly. Well, let me see. Where's his idle? Oh no, his idle is like this. His idle is like this, and then his walking animation is not the same, but it's very similar. That's weird. They actually should be synced up really well. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I lied. That's not it at all. Oh, because I didn't bake his idle animation, did I? Let's see. Yeah, I think I just gotta bake in his idle animation, then he'll be like way less weird and twitchy. I'll just do that real quick. Unless I have a pre-baked one. I don't think I do. Yeah, I'll just do this. We'll go pose, animation, bake action, 0 to 240, visual keying on. Let that cook for a minute. It's a lot of keyframes to bake in. Did you not like the performance of the MonsterVerse Mothra? I honestly am sad that you don't get to see more of like what the MonsterVerse Mothra larva form looks like, frankly. Like, I feel like she probably looked awesome, and we just didn't really get to see her very much. You get to see her like at the beginning. And only like the front. The larva got onesie. Yeah, I don't know what the rest. I want to see the rest of like Mothra larva. What the fuck? Rude. Okay, there we go. Now he's got like the proper stance. So I feel like there should be less awkwardness and twitching between his. There's probably still gonna be a little, but. That's fixable, though. It looks better. He's got like a video game pose now with like one leg in front of the other, which is really how it ought to be. The only difference that I would like is... Let's undo that. We don't need this. It would be really nice if on the move front animation that I have, I just copied all of these keyframes here, because it's the same at the beginning and end of the animation. I just want to copy that, go to his idle, paste those in. Why do I feel like that didn't do anything? Moved his foot. Really trying to tell me that's actually the same? Because I don't believe it for a second. There. We go to the move front. Yeah, see, he's stanced up more. What? They're lying to me. Bro. It's not the same. There's his move front. There's his eye. They're straight lying to me, bro. Okay, wait, I have an idea. I think I just need to insert a keyframe for all of these, and then go to move front. Copy those keyframes, then go back to idle. Paste it. There we go! Holy shit, man. Why isn't he animating anymore? Hello? Why did that break the animation? What is happening? Was this never the right one to begin with? I'm like confused. Blender hurts my brain. Okay. So he's moving again. We got his breathing animation back. It's nothing crazy, but it's an animation. Monsterverse Rodan again, so bad. Dude, me too. That was like... Rodan had such a sick fucking design there. Okay. I'm going to try this again. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But we're going to select every bone. We're going to select every keyframe. for every bone. We're gonna go back to our idle here, where he's breathing. We can see him moving a little bit. He's subtly moving. All right, he's going, and then all I want to do is just paste. And that broke everything. Dude, they can't lie to me. I know. Guys, am I losing my goddamn mind here? Look at this. This is his pose right here, and here's his walking pose. He's clearly stanced up right there. I go here. Can I paste it? It doesn't work. I feel insane, bro. I feel actually insane. Oh my god, did I finally find a way to make it happen? Just spam keys until it works, dude. It's that easy. I think I did it. Holy shit, that's crazy. Alright, there's his idle animation. And if I did that right, because clearly I struggled with that before even in Reach, because he also had his kind of like twitchiness, but if I did that right, when he walks now, there should be a much less noticeable twitch. Oh, that's so much smoother. Oh my god, there's like nothing. It's buttery smooth, dude. Yeah, he stops on a dime, but like... That's what I wanted. Gyarados, good to see you, man. Thank you for the 31 months of membership. God damn! So back in my day, there was mod, test, and play. The old stream layout, bro. I don't miss it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just straight up do not miss it. It was messy. It'd be nice if it was a way for him to not, like, instantly go fucking lumbering forward. I know Reach has a nice interpolation on Giants, even though Giants are broken in Reach. Well, mostly broken, but... Yeah, we have the acceleration time and deceleration time. He gets unbelievably slow. Okay, yeah, let's go back to like maybe like 2.5. Or is it? Oh no, his acceleration time. I'm gonna like up his acceleration time massively. His deceleration time will be like super short. I'm trying to just make it so he walks really smoothly. He looks pretty good as far as like movement goes. Oh. He doesn't lean on his foot as much for a step. Yeah, he's a little stiff. As much as I'm proud of how the animation came out, it's still pretty His whole hips, they don't rotate like as much as they realistically should. It's kind of a messy animation. I've said it a couple times this stream, but I'm gonna have to go in and like redo it. He doesn't feel like he has the weight he needs to have. I feel like it looks reasonably good from the ground, but when you see him from afar, he just like, I don't know, his weight is just like very minimal. There's no like impact, like no recoil from his steps either. This might be this might be the Call of Duty crossover Godzilla. Halo deserved the crossover. Make an awesome curse Halo, guys. Just because something's out of place, it doesn't immediately have to be a cursed thing. We could just have it be Godzilla and people go, you know what? Godzilla's pretty cool. That's a cool mod. Now we just gotta get him to blow up some buildings, man. Rampage. Oh, that'd be sick. AC isn't my favorite design, nor mine. It's most iconic, arguably, but yeah. Best design? I wouldn't say that. Legendary's up there for the best design, in my opinion. I don't think Godzilla will, like, actually destroy the skyscraper by walking into it, but you never know. He could definitely atomic breath it down. No doubts about that. Actually, I'm not even sure how much damage his atomic breath does right now. Clearly not enough. That should be a one-hit KO on the building. He won't collide with it because it's got fixed physics, unfortunately. So no knocking buildings over. I'll have to come up with something for that. Maybe have it so his head has like a damage thing in it. God damn, man. ODST skyscrapers are huge. The Godzilla crossover, that's true. I've heard about those. I think there's one going on right now, actually. It's I think with DC though, so I don't know. I don't really read comics myself. I read webcomics, that's about it. Give me some Korean manhwa regression slop, please. My god, he knows the future. Peak. Thank you for the $5, Evan. Appreciate it.
If you fix his hip issues, his tail not wiggling as much wouldn't look too out of place.
Well, his tail ideally is going to be a physics object, like a ragdoll type physics on a hinge. So we'll see. I'll just look at how the Scarab sets it up, and then we'll give him some actual tail physics that hopefully look decently cool. I'm eating Mr. Noodle. Poor guy. Rip Mr. Noodle. What the fuck is the Scarab's damage effect, man? Scarab main effect. Is this it? That's gotta be it. Yeah, this'll cook the fuck out of the skyscraper. His natural habitat now. And unlike in Reach now, you'll get to see him knock these building chunks out of the way. Was never able to do that very well in Reach, unfortunately. You just send them flying and splatter any players on the ground. There he goes. It's beautiful. Clearing out the streets. Make way. Does not really say little mob. W, dude. Yeah, Godzilla fans everywhere have always wanted, at least myself, I've always wanted a mob where you could just be Godzilla and fuck everything up. I feel like this is that. Like, the PS4 and PS5 Godzilla game was so close to everything I wanted, but it just wasn't it. Don't tell me you never played Godzilla Save the Earth. No, I did, but there wasn't, like, I just wanted to be able to destroy buildings. I just wanted to be Godzilla and blow shit up and just be like, yeah, I'm Godzilla. Unfortunately, I never got that opportunity. They had a game mode for that? Not really. I remember, like, I literally just wanted to blow up buildings. I played Save the Earth. I played Destroy All Monsters Melee. I even played, what was the one on the Wii? Oh, what am I thinking of? Godzilla Unleashed? Yeah, I think it was Godzilla Unleashed, which had, like, that crazy roster of characters. None of them had the mode I wanted, man. Oh. Is the Discord making a remaster of Save the Earth? Ooh. That I would be interested in. I've always wanted to make like a VR Godzilla game where you're just Godzilla and you're huge and you destroy everything. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. This is fucking sick. What else would help here? The walking animations are okay. The atomic breath animations are okay. The effects are okay. Nothing is like... Well, I'd actually argue the beam looks really good now. I definitely want his animations to be a bit better if I can. If I can do that. Mainly just because I can't edit them at all. It bothers me that I can't edit the animations. I don't know what happened to my baked animation. I must have just lost it somewhere along the way when I was working on the Reach version of this. He should roar at the very least. I want to have like a roar animation. That'd be kind of sick. I'll go to his charging animation. I'll give him a roar. Let's make a new version of this. Lock it in. Combat any. Roar. And I think I'll just take this same kind of pose, but... Oh, you know what? Actually, wait. I was charging too. Go to the firing too. Probably reuse this whole animation set for... Wait, I have a roar right here. What the fuck? Oh no, I just I just made that, of course. Because this is basically just a heavy breathe-in, but I think if I just... X-axis is going to be that. Make it basically the same animation, but just less intense. The monster uses a mix of different roars? Yeah, which I appreciate. I'd like to have him like lean even further forward for the roar, frankly. There's no weight to it right now, but then I can just return. I'd like to have like a middle frame maybe where like his head like kind of rotates a little. Let his arms go back a little. We could even pull his spine back up a little here. Not bad. He's kind of missing some smaller motions, but it's getting there. Let's pull his arms back a little more, so he's like really getting into it. We could even lean into it just a touch more. The reason I'm having him lean so much here is because generally he is going to be like affected by the overlay animations. Oh god, wait. So now he kind of has this animation where he like breathes in, very similar to the atomic breath, but like less crazy, and then screams, and then goes and chills out. Not bad. Does he curl his hands? I don't think I animated his fingers at any point yet. I didn't really go into that much detail. It's a good idea though. Just those two bones on the end that rotate a little bit there. Oh, that's pretty sick. I don't know how the timing's gonna be in game, but I think in Blender at least it looks cool. I'll try it out. I'll put it in the game and see how it looks. This will be a JMO, which I'd call Object Roar. The trouble I'm having with this here is that... No, I guess charging animations would chill out. We had at least... I'll probably add some kind of like roar where like some very vague like windy kind of breath particles come out, but for now I'm just gonna add the sound. We'll do sound... Oh wait, because it's an open... Yeah, no, you know, this is fine. That's fine. I don't need to add it here, but... Let's at least watch the animation and see how it looks. What I'll do for this is we have charging, firing, and roar. For roar, I'm going to keep it frame, and I'm going to have the function be secondary charged. And then we need to go into his weapon in order to make a roar thingy thing. Where I do a secondary trigger. That's the same. And I'll do a secondary barrel. That will fire, and it'll have 1 round. 1 shot. I'll leave it having the beam, but I'll remove the effects from it. That'll be secondary barrel, and then also remove the charge from there, and this will be left trigger. I don't know how well this will work, but we'll give it a try. Okay, cool. I don't love the timing, but it's cool. I think maybe it's still too intense of like a wind up. Let me change the timing, and we'll have this end at 111, just so the timing's a little easier to work with. Now, frankly, that's probably a bit too little. Let me put this down 120, and then I'll retime everything else around that. Okay, let's give this a go. There's object roar. New one. We'll re-import it into the game. And then it's already on secondary charged. The weapon, which is going to be triggering this, charge time is 4 seconds for this. I'm going to make it like 6 for secondary. And then I'll have none be the overcharge action. Oh, and the illumination should be 0 too, so he doesn't like do anything crazy. Oh my god, he's firing his whole ass beam. Chill, bro. Chill. The downside is that you can cancel it at any time, but whatever. Oh, right, and then... maybe if I make it rounds per second 0. And shot. Would that just break the weapon? Wait, what if I just make it not have a barrel? Then it just becomes a charge that does nothing. There we go. Wait, that's sick. Floodzilla, such a good idea. That'd be interesting, to be sure. What does he look like when he's screaming? Not bad. It's a little annoying that you can interrupt it as an action by just not holding it the entire time, but whatever. Is there a way that I can make it so... so it's set to spew charge. It's the only type of charge. What if I do sword charge? What does that do? Nothing. Just a regular old charge still. That's cool, I guess. We'll keep it on spew charge. Now we need to make an effect where he actually roars. I have the roar sound in. We're gonna, we're gonna re-grab our charging effect. Which is here. We're gonna take breath charging and we're gonna change it to roaring. And since it's 6 seconds, we have to do, unfortunately, some quick math. He begins to roar at... I would say, like, frame 40 out of 120. 60 would be 3 seconds. So 2 seconds in, basically, is when he starts to roar. No particles for now. We'll add our sound of his roar on his mouth area. Sound, characters, big man. Oh, I didn't add a roar. What the fuck? Hello? Why didn't I add a roar? Bruh. We gotta add a roar in now. Please don't be loud. Okay, that's the firing sound. That's... I don't even know what the fuck that is, frankly. That's not bad. We get a better one than that, but 3 is a decent roar. The quick roar on 4. That's the 2014 one? Yeah. That's a victory roar from 2014. That one might be it. It's got his nice, like, grumble afterwards from 2014. I could add that one in as 1, and that is what? 10 sound stage shows. So that's probably fine. So remember, 10 is a good one. But I liked 10. And then I think like one of the first ones was a good roar. That's him getting hurt. Let's go back to the first ones. Atomic breath. So 10 and 3, I think, are the only roars here. We'll grab those. Now my thought is, do I... Oh no, wait, we have Godzilla roar right here. Wait, which one is this? I guess I'll just input that one for now. I would like there to be some variety in it, but... I would need more variety than just that. We'll just do the regular Godzilla roar for now. What? Oh, I put atomic roar. Sweet. Okay. I think I have to reload the game. I don't think that's something that changed. I don't think yeah, that's true. Toho is very, very particular about like which monsters get used. Though, to be fair, I feel like if any of the directors of the Godzilla movies ever asked Toho, they'd probably allow them back. They gave the monsters over for King of the Monsters, and I feel like King of the Monsters did them justice, so it's not like... It's not like... I don't know, I'm not in the room when they're asking for those things, but you would imagine, like, realistically, they would allow it. Like, no offense to the Monsterverse team, but I'm gonna be honest, every new monster that they've added is kind of eh. They're not, like, bad, they're just... I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a sucker for the old Toho monsters, but like Rodan and Mothra are a hell of a lot cooler than the new ones they added, like Shimo and... Is that even her name? Shimo, the white ice monster? And the Scar King was okay, but he was just an offshoot of... whatever his name was. Or Kong, sorry. I know Kong, I swear. Also, what up, Scaboodle? Mudos are eh? Yeah, they kind of just look like generic Hollywood monsters. They've grown on me, to be sure, but they're kind of generic. Let's see, does his roar timing work? I'm gonna be honest, I didn't hear shit. Didn't hear nothing. Nothing at all, even. Oh, I can't even hear Gorilla until I reset it. Was it a bad format? Maybe I put it in the wrong format, because I did just kind of throw it in there. Might have to just re-export it out of Audacity. Yeah, I think it was just in the wrong format. Let me just close everything down and re-export it through Audacity. Let's see if it actually works this time. No, I agree with Scaboodle. Half the fun is definitely that, just like seeing them modernized. Okay, there we go. That should that worked that time. Did I see the Backrooms movie trailer? Yeah, I'm excited, dude. Kane Pixels has always knocked it out of the park with the Backrooms. I'm gonna go rewatch his YouTube series again. Bro, not me. Seeing Brute peeing dot sound appear right here. Forgot Brutes have that animation. You even know the Backrooms? I know that the lore for like the wiki is way out of hand and just a way shittier playground version of the Backrooms, and Kane Pixels' lore is a lot more interesting. I'm one of those guys. Yeah, that's pretty sick, not gonna lie. Okay, the beam goes on for a little bit longer than it should. Cannot wait to redo these animations, dude. Holy. 7, thanks for the 5. Appreciate it.
Are you into Warhammer 40k by chance, Shotgun?
I'm not, but I'm aware very much of it. It is something I know would be right up my alley. I just never got into it. Gonna stream for the first time in a month? Dude, let's fucking go! I'll host you. The animation's a little rough, but it's a good start. I mean, all these animations are a bit rough, honestly. I really want to rework them at some point. Hopefully get this IK working a little nicer so he stops floating so much. Get that lens flare to render a little better. Godzilla male? I think it's... Oh, you're talking about the 1998 one? I think... Doesn't the movie confirm Godzilla's a female? Or, like, gender doesn't matter to it because of, like, the way its biology goes? That it's, like, both sexes? Because there's... Okay, I feel like he needs to roar wider. It's a subtle change, but it matters, okay? It matters. Honestly, the overlays really add to it, makes it feel so much more dynamic. Being able to like look around while he roars is pretty sick. Looking up looks a little silly. What does he look like when he looks down and roars? Not bad. Looks to the side and roars. Okay, I need to look at his firing animation, because I think his firing animation, yeah, it has him looking kind of downwards. And that is causing some weird discrepancies between where he's looking. Makes him look down, unfortunately, a bit too far. I don't know, we'll give it a try. Hopefully it looks a little nicer. That'll be firing. As long as his head is pointed straight at any given moment, it should work correctly, but you never know. I could be totally wrong. Not that I'm ever wrong, but you know, it's possible. It could happen. Maybe. Let's turn him around. Speedwalk Godzilla. Ah, I wish that animation didn't look so clunky. Godzilla versus Scarabuslim now? Godzilla would win every time. Broken tank like other atomic breaths and things and be just fine. Dude, with some more animation refinement, this will be so sick. Gyarados, thank you for the 2, man!
If Godzilla is great, where was he when Reach fell?
What do you mean, bro? Godzilla was evil back then. He was there, helping the cruiser's glass. This is the last thing some of those people saw. I wonder if I can add an idle animation thing that will, like, lock his feet down to the ground. That would really make me happy. I just don't think that works. I'm pretty sure I tried it once and it just, like, straight up didn't work. It would be like... Whereas we would want idle, and then foot event, left foot, 0, 1...
Imagine on Coastal Highway, instead of the carrier popping through the sky and glassing, it's just a horizontal floating Godzilla.
Biblically accurate Godzilla. That was terrifying. I love it. Oh wait, that actually worked. What the fuck? Wait, what? And thank you very much for the $5. That would be a great idea for a genuine cursed mod. does that look? Why? What if I put -1 in here so they just never unlock? Am I gonna crash the game like this? I don't understand. Oh my god, bro, I just got taken out. That was insane. Are we gonna turn? I don't think he is. Jesus. Ow. Oh, getting pushed. Oh no, this is me. Picking up a weapon has broken me. His feet are kind of floating, I know, it's annoying. Getting his feet IK working is going to be such a pain. It'll be less of a pain than getting his tail physics working. Frankly, I feel like his tail physics are going to be easy. Please make it so he can jump? Probably could. The last thing you ever see in Tokyo. Screw it. I think that's the work on Godzilla for tonight. I don't know if I'll work on it again anytime soon, but if you guys want to see it, I will. I'll probably do permafrost I might be streaming Sunday night. I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to go I'm going to a convention out of town. So I'm going to go have some fun there, go a little crazy, go a little wild. But I'm going to head out, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to work on some other non-Halo projects tonight. Get some fun work done there. Make some food for myself. But I hope you guys enjoyed this random Godzilla stream. It was fun. I'll do it again, for sure. But I'm out of here. Thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate everybody contributing to the tip goal. It does mean a lot to me, especially when I'm just goofing around with this stuff. But yeah, until next stream, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Let's say Sunday night. We'll see you Sunday night. Have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye!